Hello my dear friends, you're on the Military Summary channel, and this short video we're going to discuss in details the situation with the Novokakhovka Dam and the situation in Kherson area, and also we're going to discuss the results of the second wave of Ukrainian counter-offensive operation on the Vremivka tactical bridgehead. The Ministry of Defense of Russian Federation reported today that as a result of fierce fightings on this area during the previous 2 days, the Ukrainians were completely defeated and were forced to step back. The Russians are saying that the force of 23rd Mechanized Brigade and 31st Mechanized Brigade, after the 4th of June, after the first day of clashes, they were forced to combine and to create like a separate brigade in this area. And yesterday they made another attempt to attack in this direction to the south, but they were defeated and were forced to step back. On the eastern flank of this Velika Novosilovka area, the Ukrainians used 37th Marine Brigade, and the Russians are saying that Ukrainians brought 68 Jaeger Brigade to reinforce and to increase the mighty and power of that attack army. And as a result, as the first results of those attacks, the Ukrainians managed to capture Novodonetsk. But this morning we got updates that the Russians, as a result of counter-offensive operation, managed to return back control over this settlement, and the Ukrainians were forced to step back. The Russians are saying that as a result of those clashes, the Ukrainians lost 1,500 soldiers, 28 tanks, including 8 Leopards, it's German tanks, and 3 AMX-10 tanks, this is France tanks, and 109 armored vehicles. So as you can see, the losses are very heavy, and to tell the truth, I'm not even sure whether the Ukrainians are planning to relaunch counter-offensive in this operation, this area, or not. Another interesting updates are coming from Kherson area, from Dnipro. And this night at 3 a.m. somebody attacked the dam, and as a result of that attack the dam was destroyed. And after that the water from the northern part of Dnipro start moving in an uncontrollable way to the south, and currently removing everything on its way. And currently the situation is that most of the islands, for now we can say for sure that most of the islands that goes to the south from the Kakhovka dams, I'm talking about these islands, I'm talking about these islands, I'm talking about these islands. The islands in between Kherson and Zaporozhye area are completely flooded and completely underwater. For example, some Russian sources published the video of some of that island, and probably they were making the video of that island that located on the south of Kherson, and as you can see, this territory is completely underwater. Furthermore, the Russians published more video of evacuation process. The Ukrainians launched mass evacuation. They're sending hundreds of boats to the islands with one purpose: to evacuate their soldiers. We understand that they don't have much time, because somewhere by 11 a.m. of the local time the level of water will get the highest level in this area, and after that everything will be completely underwater. So I believe that currently all these islands are completely underwater. The dam is destroyed, and the dam continued destroying. You need to understand one thing about the dam. Currently, as you can see based on that video, this entire area is completely underwater. You need to understand that the dam has, at least basically talking simply in language, the dam has two parts: the part that located underwater and the part that located above the surface of the water. And currently, as I understand, the part that located above the water, above the surface, was destroyed. So this is not the entire dam. And this morning of the local time, the experts were saying that the main construction, the base of the dam, wasn't hurt, still exists, and everything that located underwater is okay. So of course, because of that, not the entire water from the northern part of Dnipro water reservoir moved to the south. If that happened, the entire area would be flooded and the Russians would be forced to step back. But currently we can say that the water goes in uncontrollable way, but we can say that somebody made this situation a little bit controlled. I'm talking about that not the entire water rush to the south, but just a few parts, just a very small part, and it goes slowly, not so fast. And we see that by this controllable drop of the water, somebody could achieve some success and get some benefits. When talking about the entire situation, I don't know who exactly destroyed the dam, who exactly blown up the dam. The Ukrainian official authorities have already reported. To be more precise, Zelensky has already told us that that explosion, that attack was made by the Russian forces. The Russians still haven't provided any official information position about that, but but no matter who destroyed, we can for now we can try to analyze the benefits and the things that anybody decide could achieve some benefits from this situation. And the most important one, as we discussed, the Ukrainians started evacuation process from these islands. I'm not saying that the Russians destroyed the dam, but I see that the Ukrainians, some forces of Ukrainians who was located in the south from Kherson, didn't expect that the dam would be destroyed, and they're trying to make evacuation and to save their soldiers. If you remember, during the previous months there were a lot of clashes exactly in this area of Kherson area, and the Ukrainians step by step were trying to capture island by island and to get as close as possible to the Russian mainland. And some sources were saying that they were pretty successful because most of those islands were under Ukrainian control, and currently they need to begin everything need to start everything from the beginning, and nobody knows when exactly the Ukrainians will be able to restart this offensive operation. Anyway, we can say that no matter the situation, the Ukrainians would be forced to step back for a very long time, and they will be forced to wait at least until the situation changes, or the water will go from this territory out from this from Dnipro, and the level of the water will be normalized, and only after that they will be able to start attacking. But don't forget that these islands are underwater, and I'm not even sure how much time they need to recover this territory and to begin from everything from the very beginning. Very interesting situation. And furthermore, don't forget, and we need to wait a little bit more, because probably and we discussed just in the first part of this video that Ukrainians step back from Novodonetsk, from this area, and probably they also step back from this territory because they understand that the dam was destroyed. Probably the Ukrainians did have some plans for this territory, and probably as soon as they realized the dam was destroyed, probably I don't know by whom, but they took a decision to step back, and probably the Russians managed to get also a small operational pause after a few days of Vremivka tactical bridgehead battle. Very interesting situation. Don't be in a hurry with your conclusions about this situation. For now, as I see that I don't know who destroyed the dam, but as I see that the Russians managed to get more benefits from this situation in comparison with the Ukrainians. The first one is that Ukrainians are currently leaving the islands. The second one is the Russians managed to get a small operational pause on Vremivka tactical bridgehead. And when talking about the channel that this water goes to the Crimea, and as you can see, the entrance to this channel goes a little bit to the east from the dam, so the citizens of Crimea will not have any problems with the water that goes along this channel. And that's it for this short video. Military Summer channel reminds to condemn any violence in Ukraine. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel, put your likes, join my Patreon, and have a good day. Bye bye.